No, this is not going to work. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a 13-year-old boy in a South Los Angeles school, which is right in the hood, by the way. I'll talk about that part a little bit later, but the boy was bribed to get the vax by way of some pizza. The mom didn't know about it. He already has medical issues. Nobody asked him about that. Nobody knew about that. It's a whole big crazy mess. Now, I do have local news video about the whole situation. But before we get into that, let's back up a little bit here to explain how we've gotten here today. Now, apparently there's a vax mandate in Los Angeles. So if you are 12 years old and over, you must have the vax to do things like be a student at a school when you're in the classroom, maybe even outside of the classroom. I'm not really sure. But whatever the case may be, there's a mandate. And I guess they're trying some creative ways to make that happen. Not quite sure if these are legal ways, but I guess they're creative. And now we have at least one case and possibly more of kids being bribed with pizza to go out there and get the vax. Now, before I go any further, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you're going to see and hear a little bit more detail about what's going on. And after we get done with that, I'll come back. I'll talk about what was said there. Then I'll give you my 2 cents and my deep detail analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Well, some parents are questioning the vaccine mandate for LAUSD, and now at least 2 parents are accusing the district of giving their children the vaccine at school without their consent. So what are school administrators saying about this?
NBC4's John Ketty-Slimek has more now from South Los Angeles.
Even though the vaccine mandate for LAUSD doesn't go into effect until January 10th, some parents tell us that they believe their kids are being pressured into getting the jab.
I should have been involved.
Maribel Duarte says her 13-year-old son, a student at the Barack Obama Global Prep Academy in South LA, brought home this vaccine card after having accepted the COVID-19 vaccine at school. She says he said yes when someone offered it in exchange for pizza.
The lady that gave him the shot and signed the paper was the one that told my son, please do not say anything. I don't want to get in trouble.
LAUSD says student matters are confidential and wouldn't comment specifically, but did say its Safe Schools to Safe Steps incentive program is meant to ensure several steps are in place for vaccinated students to receive prizes. Duarte says she's not against the vaccine. She's vaccinated herself, but it's different with her son.
In regards to my son's health, I am against it.
Because he's got some underlying conditions that concern you?
Yes, he has problems with asthma and allergy problems.
These grotesque contests and displays of treatment and candy and gifts and favors, raffles and cash prizes, inducing the kids to get the vaccination. But here's the problem. Kids in California cannot consent to vaccination.
Attorney Jennifer Kennedy has been following the 2 cases against LAUSD over the vaccine mandate, currently making their way through court. Both are ultimately seeking an end to that mandate.
The LAUSD does not have the power to add a vaccine shot to the California school schedule. You couldn't do it if you're a Podunk School District, and you can't do it even if you're LA Unified, the second biggest in the nation. You don't have that legal authority.
In California, school vaccines are handled through the State Department of Public Health and created into law through the state legislature. Neither has gone so far as to officially make the mandate.
Even the existence of the mandate in the schools has created these environments of pressure and bullying, segregation, discrimination, and accidental vaccination of kids without parental consent.
LAUSD says as of the Thanksgiving break, 80% of eligible students at Obama Prep have been vaccinated. Maribel worries some of those were done without parents even knowing.
It hurted to know that he got a shot without my permission, without me even knowing or signing any papers for him to get this shot.
A school administrator here on campus came over to tell us that they do not believe these allegations to be true. In fact, he told us that he believes more often than not, parents will lie about the whole vaccine issue.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, this is really crazy. I'm going to start with the very end of that video at the beginning. So you got the people in the school, the administrators talking about, oh, no, the parents are lying. That's not true. Really? I mean, why would the parents lie about something like that? What's the purpose? Because if the parents are really enthusiastic about their kids getting the vax, then why would they come back and say that it wasn't it wasn't, a thing that I was told about, that I was not informed, that I was not asked, that I didn't sign anything. I mean, why would they lie about that? And then at a certain point, you could prove it. If you said that they did sign something, where's the documents? Where's the evidence? Where is the call or the record of a call that you made to their household to tell them what's going on? Why would they just lie about that? For what? And it's not just one person. You have other parents saying the same thing, or other parents who may not even know, because remember, the mom was saying that the boy was told to not tell the mom. Just, it's between you and me, right? Here goes some pizza. I'll give you the vax. Don't tell nobody. But then when you bring the card home, or she may find it in your book bag or on the ground under your bed or something, she's like, hey, what's this? Oh, I got the vax, but they said don't say nothing. Now you got a problem. And the attorney who you saw was like, look, that's not legal in California. You can't just, a 13-year-old cannot give consent to something like that. You see what I'm saying? So there's most certainly a legal problem here they're going to have to resolve. And even if the legal issue is resolved, the damage may have already been done, because we know about some of the health risks. The boy already has some kind of health challenges, but then you combine that with the vax, that's going to introduce more health risks potentially. Myocarditis, people having their, heart inflammation, a lot of these healthy young male athletes passing out because they got their heart inflamed and they can't really pump properly, allegedly. I mean, these are real issues. And we know that if you are a healthy 13-year-old, you're not even, you have no reason to even get this at all. Even if what they say about the vax is true, we know that if you are young and healthy, you're not in the risk group. The risk group is elderly, 65 and up, maybe 75 and up. That's the risk group, and also obese. So if you're like 70 years old or 300 pounds, I mean, regardless of vax, no vax, virus, no virus, you're going to be in a bad situation regardless of what's going on. Okay. I mean, you don't really see a lot of obese elderly people. Okay. And there's a reason for that. So if you're elderly and obese, you got a lot of issues anyway. And that virus comes in, it's pretty much a wrap. You're 13 years old though. You're not in the risk group. So why trick them into getting it? This is crazy. Public schools, this is why, in my opinion, the federales want to try to target the parents who are coming out against these school systems for doing whatever they want to do to the kids. Because they want to just do stuff like this and get away with it, like it's not really a problem. They want to discourage you from going to your school board, from calling your school board members, from even going to the school and asking questions. They don't want that to happen, because when you begin to ask questions and you try to figure things out, all of a sudden you're discovering certain things, you're opening up cans of worms, and now there's a big problem. Their genie is out of the bottle and they can't put it back in. That's what's going on right now. So Los Angeles, you right there in the hood. I mean, mostly Hispanic. You saw her. She probably came straight from Mexico recently, or like at least first generation. A lot of the kids speaking Spanish. You got a lot of black kids out there too, because you right by Inglewood, Hawthorne, Crenshaw, etc. So you in the hood, a lot of underprivileged kids at the quote unquote Barack Obama school. And a little side note, isn't it interesting how a lot of these areas where they're talking about, okay, we're going to uplift the community and name this school after this particular black figure, MLK, Barack Obama, it'd be the worst areas of town with the worst education and obviously some of the worst run schools. How was a school run properly when you bribing kids with some pizza to get the vax without their parents knowing about it? And if that's going on, what kind of education are they getting? What kind of reading, writing, arithmetic is happening at that school? Probably not too much. This is most certainly an indictment upon the public school system, right? 100%. But to wrap it on up and close here, I just want to say that these situations prove the necessity of being involved with your school system. Okay, if you got kids in public school, even private school, you got to be involved, because you don't want them to just take advantage of your kids. You cannot have them just do whatever they want to do to your children or groom them for certain things. Because if they're bribing your kids with pizza to get the shot and talking about, oh, don't tell nobody, then what else are they doing? Hey, okay, read this book about LGBTQ elemental P when you 11 years old, but don't tell nobody. Don't tell your mom about this book. I mean, where are we really going here? What's the next step? Because we know how they do on the left. The so-called progressives, they're going to progress all right. They're going to keep on going and pushing their boundaries and seeing what they can do and get away with until they just do whatever they want to your children, to where it becomes overtly criminal. Then we got a serious problem on our hands. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about this school in LA giving the shot without parental consent? Is it a good thing, bad thing? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I stand. This is obviously a bad thing, not a good thing at all. And anyone involved should go to the penitentiary, big rocks, little rocks, because, okay, you may want everyone to get the vaccine. That's fine. If you think that's a good thing to do for safety, X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third, okay, great, fantastic. However, you still must follow the law. You still cannot violate children or their parents or anyone else for that matter. It's very simple. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.